Reasons why you don't like being around people. Ever felt like you're a lone wolf in a world that's buzzing with social butterflies? Today we're diving deep into why you might prefer your own company over the bustling chatter of a crowd. From past traumas to being antisocial, let's unravel the mysteries of why being around people might not be your cup of tea. Past traumas. Past traumas can make it really hard for you to feel comfortable around others. You might have had negative or harmful experiences with people in the past, whether it was bullying, betrayal, or any form of abuse, and your mind might be telling you, hey, it's safer to stay away from people. It's not that you're antisocial or that there's something wrong with you. It's your mind's way of playing it safe, trying to protect you from potentially harmful situations based on your past. Imagine your mind like a protective friend. It remembers when you were hurt before and tries to keep you from experiencing that pain again. You're antisocial. You might be antisocial, and that's completely different from being an introvert. Think of it this way. An antisocial person actively chooses to steer clear of others, not because they're shy, but because they just aren't fans of human company. It doesn't mean they have a personality disorder or that they despise everyone on the planet. Sometimes they're simply content in their own company, a peaceful loner guarding their solitude like a treasure. Ever feel that people are more of a disruption than a delight? For an antisocial person, social interactions might not be exhilarating or enriching, but rather draining or irritating. Maybe they've been burned before and are protective of their emotions. Or perhaps people just tend to rub them the wrong way. So reflect on this. Are social gatherings more of a chore than a pleasure for you? Does the thought of mingling make you cringe? If so, you might just be more antisocial than you realized. Introversion. Ever find yourself feeling like a well-worn battery around a buzzing social scene? That's probably your introverted side speaking up. Being an introvert doesn't mean you're shy or antisocial. It's just about how you relate to the world and where you draw your energy from. Extroverts are like solar panels, soaking up energy from the people around them. But introverts, think of them more like a rechargeable battery. They gain energy in more solitary or low-key environments, and spending time with lots of people can deplete that energy rather quickly. It doesn't mean they don't enjoy a good chat with close friends or family, but large social gatherings can feel more draining than delightful. It's not about disliking people. It's about loving their own space and time to recharge. So if you often find yourself yearning for some solo time after a party, it's not you being weird. It's just your introverted nature. Social anxiety. Let's talk about social anxiety. It's more than just being shy or introverted. Imagine feeling like you're walking on a tightrope whenever you're around people. That's a bit what social anxiety feels like. Instead of exhaustion, it's fear that's taking the center stage here. It's this intense worry that you'll be judged, rejected, or end up embarrassing yourself. For someone with social anxiety, just stepping into a social situation can feel like a huge challenge, almost like walking into a lion's den. It's not that they dislike people. It's that the idea of interacting with others feels threatening and incredibly stressful. So do you break into a cold sweat at the thought of meeting new people? Do you find yourself rehearsing conversations in your head, terrified of saying the wrong thing? If this sounds like you, social anxiety might be playing a big role in why you prefer your own company. Sensory processing sensitivity. Sensory processing sensitivity, or SPS for short, is like having a super-tuned radar for all the sights, sounds, and smells around you. Imagine being in a room where the lights feel a bit too bright, the buzz of conversation is overwhelming, and even the scent of someone's perfume feels overpowering. That's a day in the life of someone with SPS. Though it's often linked with conditions like autism or ADHD, it's a standalone trait that affects a good chunk of the population. If you have SPS, hanging out in a bustling environment, like a busy cafe or a lively party, can feel like sensory overload. It's not that you're being picky or difficult. Your brain is just processing everything more intensely. So it's not surprising that stepping back and seeking some quiet is more than just a preference. It's practically a need. Remember, it's a genuine trait and not something you or anyone else can just switch off. Being in the wrong company. Being in the wrong company can truly sour your view of social interactions. Imagine this. You find yourself regularly hanging out with a group where the vibe just doesn't mesh with your own. Perhaps they're constantly negative, or their idea of fun is gossiping about others. You feel that subtle, nagging discomfort when you're with them, like wearing a pair of shoes that don't quite fit. You're present, but not happy. Kind of just going through the motions because, hey, isn't this what friends do? It's easy to mistake this discomfort for a disdain for all social interaction, but it's key to recognize this for what it is, a sign you're with the wrong crowd. Here's a gentle nudge to consider. Are these friendships enriching your life or draining your energy? If it's the latter, it might be time for a change. It's not about disliking being around people. It's about finding the people who feel like home to you. High intelligence. Let's talk about brains, specifically when yours is buzzing like a supercomputer. Yep, when you're sporting a high IQ, mingling at parties might not be your go-to Friday night. Why? Well, because your brain is busy cooking up new ideas, solving that complex math problem, or unraveling the mysteries of the universe. Small talk? It's like eating an appetizer when you're craving the full gourmet meal of a deep philosophical debate or groundbreaking discussion. You crave chats that light up your neurons, not just idle gossip about someone's new haircut. It's not that you think you're better than everyone else, but let's face it, you just don't vibe with everyone's cup of tea. Instead of diving into drama or the hottest celebrity news, you're off in your own world, constructing empires of thought. And honestly, that's totally okay. You take social media at face value. Taking social media at face value can really skew our perception of people, can it? We scroll through our feeds and see these glossy, picture-perfect lives, and it's easy to roll our eyes. Another selfie? Come on, Sarah, or Dave is ranting about politics again. Chill out. We've all been there, right? But here's the catch. Social media is just a highlight reel. It's rarely the full, raw, unfiltered story of someone's life. That oversharer might be using posts as a way to feel a connection they're lacking elsewhere. Or maybe Dave finds comfort in expressing his views online because he doesn't have anyone to talk to about them in person. So next time you're irked by someone's post, take a deep breath. Remember, behind that screen is a person with feelings and a life as complex as your own. If it's still too much, it's totally okay to unfollow or mute. Preserve your peace, but keep your compassion. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem can be a major reason why someone might avoid spending time with others. Think about it. When you're not feeling great about yourself, being around people can feel like standing under a spotlight. Every comment or glance can seem like a critique, making social situations feel like a minefield. It's not necessarily that you dislike others. It's more about protecting yourself from perceived judgment or criticism. It's like your mind is constantly telling you, hey, they might notice your flaws, better stay clear. But here's a silver lining. Recognizing this is the first step towards change. Working on your self-esteem isn't a quick fix, but small, consistent efforts to appreciate and validate yourself can slowly shift your perspective. Imagine a day when you can walk into a room, feel comfortable with who you are, and genuinely enjoy others' company. It's entirely possible, and that journey starts with being kinder to yourself. Mental health issues. Mental health issues can play a significant role in why some people find it tough to be around others. Take depression, for example. It can feel like a heavy cloud that saps your energy and makes socializing seem like a monumental task. Or consider social anxiety disorder. It's not just about being a little shy. It's a constant worry about being judged or messing up in social situations, which can feel incredibly daunting. And then there's avoidant personality disorder. It's like having this persistent feeling of not being good enough, leading people to steer clear of relationships to avoid potential criticism or rejection. These mental health struggles aren't just feeling a bit off. They're serious conditions that can make the idea of mingling with others seem almost unbearable. It's not about being antisocial. It's about self-preservation in the face of emotional pain. Thanks for joining us. If you like this video, you might want to see the next one. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Also hit the bell to get notified when a new video has been uploaded. Don't forget to share with your friends. You never know, the information you are sharing could be the voice they need to hear.